Hi everyone, my name is B.Bruce, and today I will be presenting the case E.T. versus Dress Code Express Inc. Discrimination and Harassment in Employment on the Grounds of Race, Color, Ancestry, Ethnic Origin, Sex, and Association. In terms of an executive summary of this case, the applicant E.T. was employed from May to June of 2015 by Dress Code Express Inc. as a retail helper. During the course of her employment, she was subjected to ongoing sexualized conduct. Based on her witness statement, the vice chair found that E.T. experienced both discrimination and harassment on the basis of sex, and that the respondent created a poisoned work environment. Ultimately, the vice chair found E.T. entitled to $15,000 out of the sought total of $35,000. In terms of the facts of the case, like I just said, E.T. was employed from May 4th, 2015 to June 23rd, 2015 by Dress Code Express Inc. as a retail helper. An important point in this case is that she was 14 years old at the time of employment. E.T. was subjected to ongoing sexualized conduct by the apparent owner of Dress Code Express Inc., Bunty Islam, who was 65 years old at the time. And I say the apparent owner because there was not enough evidence presented for or against Bunty Islam being the owner of Dress Code Express, and the vice chair could not find either way. Conduct included comments about E.T.'s appearance, virginity, and continued attempts to enter E.T.'s physical space, including requests for massages. E.T. made repeated requests for this behavior to stop. However, Bunty Islam often brushed off her requests and the behavior continued. While E.T. identified as Persian, she also felt offended by racist comments Bunty Islam made towards Black people, which included her boyfriend at the time. E.T. worked her last shift on June 23, 2015, after being told by Saif Islam, Bunty Islam's son, that she could no longer be paid in cash and that they'd have to start paying her in clothes. The application was brought forward on behalf of the applicant by her litigation guardian. The respondents did not respond to any correspondence about the application from December 2015 to April 2016. Therefore, an interim decision on May 11, 2016, deemed that the respondents accepted all of the allegations in the application, waived all rights to notice or participate in the proceedings, and were not entitled to any further notice about the application. E.T.'s witness statement was the only evidence presented at the hearing on March 8, 2017, as the respondents were not participating in the process. The application was originally filed against Dress Code Express Inc., another separate numbered company, Bunty Islam and Saif Islam. However, the vice chair did not find the numbered company or Saif Islam liable. In terms of the applicable legislation in this case, E.T. alleged discrimination on the basis of race, color, ancestry, ethnic origin, sex, and association. The application was filed under Section 5.1 of the Human Rights Code, which states, "Every person has a right to equal treatment with respect to employment without discrimination because of race, ancestry, color, ethnic origin, and sex." While E.T. did not make an allegation of harassment in the application, the vice chair also noted Section 5.2 as being relevant in this case. Section 5.2 states, "Every person who is an employee has a right to freedom from harassment in the workplace by the employer or agency of the employer or by another employee because of race, ancestry, color, or ethnic origin." The vice chair found that E.T. experienced both discrimination and harassment on the basis of sex. The vice chair also agreed that Bunty Islam's racist comments constituted harassment and discrimination on the basis of sex, even though E.T. herself was not Black. The vice chair also found that Bunty Islam created a poisoned work environment as it became a condition of E.T.'s employment to endure discrimination and harassment. In terms of the decision of the case, E.T. originally wanted to receive $35,000 in compensation. The vice chair, however, found that E.T. was entitled to $15,000 on the basis that E.T. did not leave her employment because of Bunty Islam's behavior. She in fact left because she was told that she would have to be paid in clothes rather than cash. The vice chair also noted a lack of evidence provided by E.T. on the lasting impact of Bunty Islam's behavior as another factor in why the sought amount could not be awarded. The order of compensation was made against Bunty Islam and Dress Code Express Inc. as management did not deal with the harassment, leading to a poisoned work environment, but it's important to know that in this case, management was Bunty Islam. Therefore, the vice chair found Dress Code Express Inc. vicariously liable for Bunty Islam's actions. In terms of my opinion of the case, I believe that the decision made by the tribunal was the appropriate one based on the evidence provided by E.T. It's pretty clear to me that Bunty Islam's actions constituted a pattern of harassment. No one should have to endure what ET did during the course of their employment, but Bunty Islam's behavior is especially egregious considering ET was 14 years old at the time and Bunty Islam was 65. It is surprising to me that the respondents did not participate in the tribunal process. I would have expected a reasonable person to want to. It is encouraging that the tribunal imposed a remedy on the respondents. However, given the respondents' lack of communication, it's reasonable to assume that the respondents would also not respond or comply with the order of compensation. And if the business situation was as dire as Saif Islam suggested, it's also reasonable to assume that the respondents would not have the means to pay the order. As the tribunal does not enforce monetary remedies, it will become ET's responsibility to collect the money. Therefore, this decision is likely just the first step in ET receiving compensation for the discrimination and harassment she endured. In conclusion, ET was employed from May 4th, 2015 to June 23rd, 2015 by Dress Code Express Inc. ET was subjected to ongoing sexualized conduct by the apparent owner of Dress Code Express Inc., Bunty Islam. The vice chair found that ET experienced both discrimination and harassment on the basis of sex and that Bunty Islam created a poisoned work environment. The vice chair found ET entitled to $15,000 out of a sought total of $35,000. The order of compensation was made against Bunty Islam and Dress Code Express Inc. The vice chair found Dress Code Express Inc. vicariously liable for Bunty Islam's actions. Thank you for listening to my presentation today, and I'm happy to answer any questions you might have. And here are my references.